This is a program in Germany where you answer 38 questions and it tells you what party would be the best for you. People have been asking me to do this for actually a long fucking time, and I'm doing it right now because I just feel like it. I feel a bit chill right now. Listen, a lot of you guys will disagree with my decisions. Before we do this, because I understand on the internet it doesn't work like that. It's just politics, okay? This doesn't change my relationship with you and me as a content creator and a viewer. If you disagree with me, that's totally cool and okay. Don't fucking do drama about it. Don't cry about it. And let's not overreact, okay? I have a right to have my own opinion. Yeah? Yeah! That's all the 39 or 40 parties that stand for the election with a state list have answered the Wahl-O-Mat PCCs. Now it's your turn. Compare your points of view with the responses of the parties. The Wahl-O-Mat is not an election recommendation, but an offer to learn. A general speed limit should apply to Germany. As you know, Germany has no speed limit on the highway. You can drive as fast. There should be a speed limit. I agree. There's a big episode from the Anstalt about this. Many people die from this shit. Nobody talks about this. People fucking die more than other countries on the German highway because of all the fucking speeding. Secondly, once again, I am a person that believes global warming is the biggest crisis of the human race. Global warming is the most important issue ever, in my opinion. And it is also shown that a speed limit of 130 saves some CO2. And I agree. And already we're going, that's not true. That's not true. It's already starting. Germany should increase its defense spending. This is where I'm conservative. Because I feel like I'm centrist. This is centrism. I believe in this because it's in the contract. All NATO nations have signed a contract that 2% of their GDP goes inside defense, which a lot of European nations are not doing. And even though I don't agree with military anymore so much, I think it's wasted money because I've seen the military. It is written in a contract, man. And I kind of agree, especially with the rise of autocracy like China and Russia. I agree, and this is gonna be anti-green. Shout out to the YouTube comments. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your little comment that you write right now. No one cares. In Bundestag elections, young people aged 16 and over should be able to vote. I heavily disagree. This has mostly been solved by the Democratic Party in the USA, Hillary Clinton, for example, because the Democrats, the left, knows that if you allow 16, 17, 18-year-olds to vote, they would mostly vote for left-wing parties. It will help them. So that's already kind of a weird ambition to make this a law. Also, secondly, no offense, I believe that 16-year-olds are fucking idiots. On average, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds are not that bright, and I think they're not developed enough yet in their brain, no offense, to make such big decisions. Obviously, you could argue a lot of adults are not developed enough to make this decision. You know, that's a good counter-argument. Like, there's 50-year-old idiots. But I disagree with this, because I have been 16, I know 16-year-olds, I have them in chat, they're all fucking retarded, man. Imagine you let Sean vote in 2 years. Come on, I'm gonna not agree. Another argument is right. The problem in democracies like in Germany is that the old people decide the elections. The old people in Germany will decide the election, because they're most of the people. But these old people, they're gonna die in the next 20, 30 years. And the ones stuck with the political votes of the old are the young. Right, so I'm gonna actually go to neutral. The promotion of wind energy is to be ended. I heavily disagree. Why? Why would you agree with this? The possibilities for landlords to increase apartment rents are to be more strictly limited by law. Ooh. Big question in Germany. I agree with this. Landlords should be more limited. People cannot afford to live in Germany anymore, especially even when they have a good income. There's many articles about this. The reason they do this is because the rich people can still afford it, and they buy it and then sell it again. It's a big circus for the rich, where they're shitting on the middle and lower class. Vaccines against COVID-19 should continue to be protected by patents. I heavily disagree. I was watching a political satire episode about this. What we're doing right now, we rich countries, is we're literally killing poor people. Poor countries, I think especially India, has asked us to open the patents of COVID-19 vaccines so they can start vaccinating their people. And I can even prove all of this. I was watching this big episode, man, where it's shown that rich Western capitalist suits, they want to protect their money and their interest, and they're not giving out the patents. They say, poor countries, you will have to pay for these patents. I don't care if your whole fucking, all your people will die. I don't care. I want to make money, which is ridiculous. It's disgusting. Thanks to Latas. It's unhumane. The European Union won the Nobel Prize for human rights, which is a joke here. And especially we have to understand that if poor countries, Africa, India, have big issues with COVID, it will also be our issue. So why not just help them? I heavily disagree. COVID-19 patents should be gone so the whole world has access to. The phase out of coal-fired power generation plan for 2028 should be brought forward. Fully disagree. To all my German people in chat, if you watched the Rezo's second video with all the sources, you saw that the end of coal mining and until 2038 is way too late. It will fuck with the 1.5 degree goal of Paris, once again showing that the leading party of SPD and CDU are shitting on the future. I think they made this decision so the young people will have to handle this problem while these people are already retired or dead. It is ridiculous, and it's actually proven that we have to get out far earlier if we want to save this planet. All employed persons should have to be insured in the statutory pension insurance. I gotta be honest, I don't fully understand this. Even if everyone is insured in the same insurance, this insurance will still fuck shit up. They're gonna get a monopoly, they're gonna do lobbyism, they're gonna fuck up shit. That's what I learned in life. Like in Germany, for example, the German train. Like all the German train tracks mostly belong to one company, and then they get a monopole, and monopoles are really bad in capitalism because they get lazy, they do mistakes, they do what they want. I think I agree with this. But I disagree. Here's the point. When I became a streamer, when I became a self-employed streamer, like literally on the law, I got a call from my tax attorney who said, Tommy, you have to go to the state's pension company, Deutsche Rentenversicherung, and get a rent pension there. You have to, otherwise you're breaking the law. And I was thinking, why don't I have the freedom to take care of my own pension? I'm playing my own game of pension. I get stocks, I want to get a real estate. Let me do my own pension plan. If I fuck up, it's my fault. But why do you think you can force me to pay, man? I disagree. I think I came to the point of disagreeing. So the right of recognized refugees to family reunification is to be abolished. I mean, the answer here is very clear. To explain this, you have to understand. I think some of you are not understanding the question. When a recognized refugee, meaning under German law, this guy has the right to be a refugee because he's being hunted, because of his race, sexuality, or because of war. When this person comes to Germany, does he have the right that his family is coming to? They should come. And here's my point. Here's a fact. Here's a fact also to all my German friends. It is a fact. Now shown last week in the Focus, there's a statistic saying Germany needs 400,000 refugees a year to keep low-level jobs active. Every German chat, let's be real. All the low-level jobs in Germany are now being done by refugees and immigrants because the white people are either A, too lazy, Hartz-IV-Empfänger, or the white people, the Germans, have higher tier jobs, middle and upper class. It is shown now as a fact that this country, Germany, needs refugees, otherwise we're running out of people and a lot of jobs are going to stay open. Which is why I'm for refugees when they are truly recognized. When there was a case where they have been recognized under law. They have to be looked into. Do you really come? I was actually studying this shit. I was an expert for this stuff. I was not anymore. There's literally laws. I actually knew these laws. You are a refugee if you're being hunted because you're gay, because you're in a war zone, because the new government, like the Taliban, they're trying to kill you, like you help the Germans. When this is proven, you are allowed here. I fully agree with that. Then, are you allowed to bring your family? Yes, I think so. I think you should limit it. If they bring 20 people, that's a bit weird. But they should be allowed. I know there's many issues with that. I understand that. But I disagree. A national tax is to be levied on sales generated in Germany with digital services. Sorry guys, I sometimes have to do this one. I don't understand this question. A German company makes digital services. Should that be taxed in Germany? I mean, yes. Isn't that already the case? What? These big superpower companies should fucking pay some taxes, right? You have to understand, you and me, the normal people, we pay taxes. And if you don't pay your taxes, very quickly you're gonna get fucked up. But Facebook and Amazon and shit, they don't give a fuck. They just go to Ireland. They should pay taxes. Yes, I agree. The traditional family of father, mother, and children should be promoted more strongly than other communities. First of all, obviously I disagree. Lesbian couples, gay couples, whatever the fuck, have the same right to exist as traditional families. Fully. But on the other hand, a counter argument that I see is that, and Vladimir Putin said this once, and I agree with this. Why are we promoting something that is the minority? If 90% of German families are traditional, why are we pushing the non-traditional ones more than traditional one? That feels a little bit out of weight in my opinion. So I think I'm going to be neutral here. Traditional family shouldn't have a special point, but also, here's my point. The traditional family shouldn't be specially promoted, but also other families shouldn't be specially promoted. I'm for full equality. It all has to be the same. Because I'm looking for full equality, and this is not equal. I disagree. Donations from companies, political parties should continue to be allowed. That's a hot topic, because everybody says no, it shouldn't be. But if you actually read books on that stuff, lobbying isn't even such a bad thing. It's not even that bad. It creates jobs and stuff like that. Also, once again, TommyKay stands for equality and freedom. If a person decides he wants to give 100,000 to a party, that is his own right. And even if it's fucking the AFD, it is his own right. If you have a company, you worked your ass off to be a millionaire, and now you decide that you want to give 100K to your party of choice, that is your own fucking decision, man, you know? I know, yeah, I'm contemplating. It invites corruption and influence, especially corruption. We see that in Germany, the CDU is heavily corrupted. Also, another point, if you disallow this, they're just gonna do it behind the scene, man. You think just because you disallow donations, they're not gonna make money from companies? It's still gonna fucking happen. Agrees and good because of corruption. Don't agrees against freedom. I'm choosing neutral. Students should receive BAföG regardless of their parents' income. Oh, that's a big question because I was part of this. Let me explain, chat. BAföG is the money you get if you study and your parents are weak. I got the full. For example, I went to university and my parents were poor. So the BAföG looks at me and they're like, okay, Tommy has poor parents. He's getting money. I got 15,000. I got, for 5 years, I got 40 euros a month. And in the end, you have to only pay back half, 7,500 euros. I did all of this. I know what I'm talking about. It's like a scholarship that you have to pay back, but only half. It's a very, very nice loan. It's a very cool loan. The question is, should students receive this loan regardless of their parents' income? Well, if your parents are millionaires, you shouldn't receive BAföG. But then again, you have special cases. What if your parents are millionaires, but they don't want to give you money? Should you receive taxpayer money regardless of your parents' income? No, it should go to poor people. I disagree. In Germany, it should generally be possible to have a second citizenship in addition to German. I mean, why not? Why not? It's 2021, we have a globalized world. Why not? I mean, sure. Federal authorities should linguistically take into account different gender identities. Oh, Tommy's getting banned, boys. I know I'm gonna take neutral here. Here's why. I believe in gendering, but not the way they're doing it in Germany. Because the thing is, all you foreigners, you don't understand. It's a big thing in Germany because our language is very gender. In English, you have the mountain, the river. In Germany, the German language is very, very gender. And you have to understand, this is hard to explain to foreigners. The German language is mostly masculine, right? When you say janitor, politician, it's always the male word. And here's my point, and you can hate me, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I think today. I understand why women want to be part of gendered language. I fully get that. I have to make an example to explain this. Shout out to all the politicians for their hard work. Okay, let's take that sentence. Oh, let's say respect to all politicians for their hard work. If you say this in German, Respekt an alle Politiker für ihre harte Arbeit. The point is that the word politician in the German language is now considered a male word. And here's my point. I get when a woman says, I don't feel included. I get that. Thank you, Lyrex. For example, right now we have a female chancellor candidate, Annalena Baerbock, and she doesn't say Kanzler, she says Kanzlerin. Chancellor means Kanzler, male, and she says, I want to be Chancellor female. Ich will Kanzlerin werden. You see how fucking weird this is, man? It's so weird, man. She's using the female word for chancellor, and I believe she has the full right to do that. I get that. Once again, I think in every debate, you should always try to put yourself into the other person. Many people don't do that anymore, which is why the world is so shit. If I act like I'm a woman, I would like to be involved in language. Now, but here's the next point. So I like gendering. For example, I say, this is kind of for Germans now. It's hard to explain to you guys. Now the counterpoint though. Fuck this gender star bullshit trash, man. What the fuck is this shit, man? It's really hard to explain. It's so hard to explain to foreigners, man. The left now created a system to include all genders, which is in it, which means you talk like, let's make another sentence. Let's go back to the sentence. Respect to all politicians and their hard work. This is our example, okay? In German, Respekt an alle Politiker. Now, I will say, Respekt an alle Politiker und Politikerinnen. Which means I'm saying respect to all male and female politicians. That's what I'm saying. To include the women. I think I agree with that. But now there's this idea of the so-called gender star. Germans like giving away stars, huh? Which means you say respect to all politicians, and then there's a star, and then a female thing to include the females also. Which means in German you will say Respekt an alle Politiker, male, innen, females. You include both. It's really weird to explain. I will never do that. I mean, don't disrespect. I understand also that the gender star also includes other genders, like the third genders and stuff. But I personally will respect gendering. I will include the female thing, but I will never ever use the gender star. It fucks with the flow of the German language. I think you're going too far. It's ridiculous. I'm against it. I'm gonna get in big trouble here with the Twitch manager, probably from Berlin. I will gender, but I will not gender the way they want me to. That is my point. Because, man, when you watch, like and every German will agree with this, when you watch an interview or a speech and they gender, like the hardcore gender people, it sounds so fucking weird. It sounds, hallo liebe StudentInnen, das ProfessorInnen-Kolloquium heißt Sie herzlich willkommen zur Universität. It is so fucking weird, man. I'm neutral here. To me, it's always like, why is this a problem, man? Jesus, don't we have bigger problems? The Baltic Sea Pipeline Nord Stream 2, which transports gas from Russia to Germany, should be allowed to go into operation as planned. Disagree. A democratic country like Germany, leader of the European Union, should not make itself dependent on the state of Russia, which is a state shitting on human rights and other stuff. I disagree. I think we should not take Russian gas. On the other side, there's counter arguments. Oh, you're taking gas from the US now, but the US is also a warmonger, and they're getting their gas from fracking, which is very bad for the environment. So that's a good counter argument. But Vladimir Putin's regime should not be supported by democratic countries. Yes, a counter argument is also fuck the USA. The USA, Germany should just be, the EU should be self-dependent on energy. We shouldn't get any US or Russian energy. I disagree. The solidarity surcharge is to be completely abolished. Ah, this is all very German, man. You foreigners will not get. So, what is this? Let me explain this to you. Why are you saying yes, fully agree? Are you German? Do you even know what this is? So, what happened is, in 1991, the wall fell. We had West and East Germany becoming one. Because of communism, East Germany was very far behind West Germany, because West Germany had the better system, capitalism. Thank you, coffee. Meaning, East Germany is till this day behind. You make less money here for the same job, etc. East Germany is more fucked than the West. So the government came up with the solidarity surcharge. It's a tax that every German pays, and this tax is used to build up East Germany. For example, when I do my taxes, they always take away this surcharge. I have to pay tax for this. I thought it was already gone. I think I'm not educated enough and I should be neutral. Because the East is still behind and should... The West is so much richer, it should still, with a tax, support the East, so Germany can be united more. A guy just said something. This tax only applies to rich people now. You have to understand that West Germany is keeping the East down. When you are a big company, you don't employ East Germans, stuff like that. And certain things, you keep the East down. So saying, oh, they had their time, is not so fair, man. It's not so fair. You're forgetting some shit. I'm neutral. The wearing of a headscarf should generally be allowed for civil servants of duty. I have a big opinion on this, easily. And that is the German constitution. I want to be fair. In Germany, we have Article 3 of the Constitution, der Gleichheitsgrundsatz. This one, all humans are the same in front of the law. German Constitution. Here's the point to all the people saying no. No, there is no Islamic symbols allowed in public sermons. Then tell me why. Why is it allowed to have a cross on the wall? Why is it allowed to have a cross around your necklace? You will say, because it's culture. We have Christian culture. But once again, the Constitution says, and I always felt like a constitutionalist, I think the German Constitution is very, very good. All humans ought to be treated equal. There's also another article, which I forgot, which is the German government cannot be... does anyone know the article? The German government is not allowed to favor any religion. When I say I don't want a headscarf in public space, I don't do it because I'm xenophobic. I do it because, in my opinion, public space has to be completely free of religion. Also including Christian religion. But this is not fair. There's often cases where it's like a teacher is not allowed to have a burqa or headscarf, but a cross is allowed. And that's not fair. And as always, Tommy stands for full equality, man. I don't think this is fair. In my opinion, there should be no religion in public space, no headscarves, and also no Christian stuff. But it's not like that in Germany, man. If you go to a Bavarian school, there's going to be crosses everywhere. But they don't allow a headscarf, which is a break of the constitution, in my opinion. I think I'll have to be neutral here, because I think the question means if you disagree, you're kind of like xenophobic, which I'm not. I just believe that there should be nothing in public space. I have to be neutral on this. I believe that the burqa, the headscarf, is a patriotic symbol of Islam oppressing women. And if you believe in women's rights, a lot of feminists are too scared to look at burqas and headscarves because it's religion. You can't talk about that. But that this thing is literally made to oppress women. No one talks about that. See you in 1 month, guys. All the best. The approval of new cars with internal combustion engines should also be possible in the long term. This is CO2, right? I disagree, man. This is where I'm very green. It's a big question of our lives, right? Do you want your citizens to still be able to drive cars to work for mobility, or do you want global warming to get worse? It's such a big question, man. Whatever opposes global warming, I'm for. Me too, right? I believe that we have to heavily change our lives if we want to fix global warming. The problem is many people don't want to do that. I'm gonna choose neutral. The federal government should be given more responsibilities in school policy. That means Germany's very decentralized. Every state makes its own rule. Should the overall government have more say in school? I fully agree, because what I've learned in my life is that every state in Germany does its own shit, and it's really stupid, man. If you make your final how to explain, final diploma in this country, they might not even agree with it and say it's not worth it. Like, you have a really good grade in Saxony, but then in Bavaria they say, oh, we don't care. That's stupid. It should be. Yeah, I agree with this. I agree. The federal government should give more financial support to projects to combat anti-Semitism. I mean, why not? Sure. Yeah. Once again, you could for a second say equality, but many statistics show, and you can prove this, no one can deny this, it is shown that most hate crimes in Germany, far over 50%, are anti-Semitic, man. You can, maybe someone has a link real quick. I'm pretty sure this is a fact. I would think different if statistics will show that for, let's say, I'm just making a meme here. Let's say, this is just, I'm just making this up, okay? Let's say a statistic will prove that 80% of hate crimes are against gingers, 20% against Jews. Then you shouldn't push them more. You want equality, but the statistics show anti-Semitic hate crimes are the biggest hate crimes in Germany, so you should fight that. Yes. Chinese companies should not be allowed to receive orders for the expansion of... What? Should Germany allow Chinese companies to make digital infrastructure in Germany? We're talking about 5G, for example. I believe in the free market, man. If China has technology, why say no? If the Western world, Europe and North America, always acts like we are such fucking protectors of human rights, we have to take this serious, which we're not doing, right? Guantanamo still exists. If we truly say that we are better than autocratic regimes and we have human rights here, then we have to be honest about this. And as long as China is massively oppressing, even killing and euthanizing Uyghurs, they cannot be done deals with. That's what I believe in. But it's hypocritical, man. We're making deals with America and they do bad shit all across the fucking globe, man, and they have no repercussions. Thank you, LZ. It's kind of hypocritical, man. It's such a big topic. If I was the leader of Europe and I say, no, we don't work with China because they're evil. What? We're not better? We're not better? America isn't better? Why do we always like we're so much better? I'm going to choose neutral. It is done. It's done. The state should continue to collect church tax for religious communities. Heavily disagree. That's not even hard. In my opinion, unconstitutional. So in Germany, there's a thing called, you pay taxes for the church. What did we just do, Chad? What did we just do when we looked at Article 3 of the German constitutions? All religions are to be treated equal before law. So why do I pay a Christian church but no Islamic or Jewish tax? Huh? The state should continue to collect. No. Get them out, man. Are you kidding me? The controlled sale of cannabis should generally be allowed. Fully agree. No question. Germany needs to leave the European Union. And here's the point. If you press agree here, I think you're completely retarded. You are legit a complete retard. Straight up AFD retard. Even if you disagree with the EU, it is a fact. A literal fact that the biggest profiter, and every study shows that. For example, Rezo showed it in his second video, All My Germans. Germany is the biggest beneficiary of the European Union. Studies show that the making of the European Union brought so much money to Germany. You are literally anti-German if you agree here, in my opinion. If you want Germany to leave the EU, you want to hurt Germany. That's my opinion. Heavy disagree. The state lists of the parties for the elections to the German Bundestag should have to be filled alternatively with women and men. So this says when you have an election, it should always be a man, then a woman. A man, then a woman. Heavily disagree. This is bullshit, unreasonable, unlogical. I understand that there are systems in place in our society that disadvantages women. I agree with that. There is a man in a big company who says, I don't hire women, I want to hire a man. That exists. I understand that. But in my opinion, making gender quotas is the wrong way, because you are forcing something. The free market of capitalism normally chooses the best. When I have a company and I want to hire someone, I look at 10 things and I will hire who's best for the job. I don't care if you're a woman, a man, black, or whatever. I understand that people exist, and they're not that rare, that do this based on gender and race. That exists. I don't deny that. Like, they're like, this guy has a Arabian name, I don't want him. This is a woman, I take the man. That exists. I get that. But forcing it is ridiculous. Especially in elections. You should give the citizens the opportunity to elect whoever is best for the job. Whether he's a woman, a man, or whatever. Whoever is best for the job. And forcing a man or woman is ridiculous, and even... It's ridiculous, man. I heavily disagree. Okay, what do we got here? Inpatient treatment in the hospital should continue to be billed using a flat rate per case. What? I think this means in Germany, all the hospitals are kind of like McDonald's. The hospital makes money based on what they do with you. Like if they operate you, they make a lot of money. If you just lay there like a corona patient, they don't make money on you, which is ridiculous. So I disagree with this. This word means, the way I'm getting this, the money you pay in the hospital is based on what your case is. And that leads to a massive issue. And let me explain this. Here we go. I understood it. Let me explain this. If a hospital makes money based on your case, for example, once again, if they do an operation on you, they make more money than if you're just a corona patient. If you just lay around and nobody operates you, you don't make the money. That leads, and that is once again shown in statistics, it's proven in Germany, that leads to bad decisions in a hospital. There's cases in Germany where you will be operated even though it's not necessary, because the accountant of the hospital knows, oh, we still need to make some money, I need the 10K from the operation, which is completely ridiculous. You should not be paid for cases in the hospital, because that leads to very bad stuff. I disagree. The tax should again be levied on high wealth. Oh no. This is very interesting. I always agreed with this my whole life, but now I am one of these people. If they make wealth tax, I'm gonna get fucked. Now I'm one of these guys. It is a fact that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You can't disagree with that. The upper 1% is collecting more and more money that's in the flow. I think that this is happening needs to be stopped. If for many, many years the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, we get into a society where the rich are the Herrenrasse. They decide everything. It is already shown in the housing market. The housing market is completely overblown. Normal people, even with good jobs, can't even afford housing anymore, because only the rich people can afford it. They buy it, they sell it again. It's their own little clique. So yes, I agree that the rich should be taxed more to take away this power and fight the how do I explain it? The progress of the scissor getting higher. That's that point. But here comes the other point, and especially since I now make some money, I understand this. I already pay 51%. I give away half of my stuff, which is already a bit heavy. I still agree though, I still have enough. Like, I'm a guy, and here we go. I think I'm gonna say the most altruistic thing I've ever said on the stream, and I genuinely believe in this. I shouldn't make this much money. I think it's ridiculous in society that a guy who plays video games all day makes 10K, while his mother, taking care of elderly people, or a nurse, makes 1.5K. That is ridiculous and shouldn't be. And if I'm really being objective and take a step back and don't think egoistical, I should not make this much money. This money should belong to others like doctors, nurses, policemen, etc. I believe in that. But the world doesn't run like that right now. And here comes my main point why I don't want to be taxed more. I believe that the taxes I pay are being used very wrong and corrupted manner. Once again, it's very German. The foreigners in chat will not understand, but it is shown in the last years that the government of the CDU is using our taxes ridiculously. Let's make 5 examples. Andy Scheuer made an LKW-Maut, which was against the law, costing us millions. The German government is giving 100 million tax per month to the Taliban as humanitarian help. How much of that money is going to actually go to humanitarian help? Let's talk about that. What else do we have? Where else? The Wirecard scandal. I pay taxes, but the BaFin can't even protect my rights on the stock market. A lot of fucking holes in the streets everywhere I am. So many examples of how RWE-Entschädigung, Volkswagen getting money during Corona, even though they made positive money. Taxpayer money is being completely used in a really fucked up way in Germany, which is why I have this opinion of, no, I don't want to be taxed more. If I knew my taxes would be used the right way, sure. But as long as these motherfuckers of the CDU are using my taxes to help their little friends from the economy, fuck you then. I agree with this, man. Face recognition software should be allowed to be used for video surveillance of public places. My opinion about stuff like this is they know everything anyway. I personally always feel like when people say the state is getting in too deep, they're already deep. The state knows everything about you. They have all their info. They know how much money you have. They have your phone. They have your fucking... They know where the fuck you are with your phone. The phone is literally listening. If I talk about Straw Hats, I'm gonna get Straw Hat commercial, man. Dude, it's all a joke anyway. They have everything anyway, right? We have to protect my data on Facebook. They know everything anyway. That's what I feel, you know? So, you know what? I'm gonna agree with this. Because, you know, I behave. I'm a good citizen. I don't fucking rape and kill. So I shouldn't be afraid of this. Maybe this is where I'm a bit crazy, man. I agree with this. Married couples without children should also continue to enjoy tax breaks. What? I heavily disagree. I heavily disagree. If you are married without children, you should get the tax benefit of being married. Disagree. And once again, here comes Law School Tommy. This is unconstitutional. All humans are equal in front of the law. No, if you're married, you are not equal. If you're married, you have better taxes than unmarried people because of a Christian cultural historical thing. That's not equality. You just broke Article 3. Just because you're married, which is Christian culture, you shouldn't have benefits. The concept of marriage is overhauled anyway. It's not modern. 50% of marriages are divorced anyway. No, you shouldn't get any bonuses. No. Organic agriculture should be promoted more than strongly than conventional. I mean, obviously, we don't have to talk about this. Easy. Islamic associations should be able to be recognized by the states as religious communities. Once again, my opinion doesn't matter because the Constitution says, yes, everyone is equal in front of the law. If we allow and recognize Christian communities, we have to allow Islamic communities. Yes, it's not historical and not the culture of Europe, but Article 3 says it. Like, again, I say that I'm a constitutionalist. All humans are equal in front of law. So, yes. Yes. The state set price for CO2 emission from heating and driving is expected to rise more sharply than planned. It is shown statistically, once again, if I read articles and listen to YouTube videos that take care about this, the CO2 emission tax that the CDO is using right now is way, 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 way too low. I agree with this. Yes. It has to rise more. The debt break in the basic law is to be retained. I don't understand. In Germany, there's a thing called the debt break, which got fucked over because of Corona, which means the politicians don't want to make any debt anymore. I disagree with this. Sorry, I need to do this in German, so I don't fuck up. Schuldenbremse soll beibehalten werden. Nein. Nein. Asylum should continue to be granted only to politically persecuted people. And once again, conservative Tommy, Captain Centrist, always left and right. I fully agree with this. If under the German law you are not a refugee under our definition, you shouldn't be allowed to come here. You can't just come here and then get the state benefits of 413 euros of the taxpayer, a fully paid apartment, and fully interior of your apartment. Yes, that's where I'm AFD, man. The statutory minimum wage is to be increased at least to 12. Yes, sure. And air traffic should be taxed higher. Yes, because once again, I believe in global warming. Yes. And final question, I'm gonna get green here or some shit. Companies should decide for themselves whether they allow their employees to work from home. Yeah, I mean, why would you disagree? Companies should decide themselves. Okay, here we go, baby. I think I'm gonna get green. If I get CDU, we're in trouble. So we're doing CDU, SPD, AFD, FDP, Link, and Grün. This is the real parties. This is nobody votes for that. This is the Nazis. Like, this is also Nazis, I think. What the fuck is this trash? Let's do Volt 2. Volt is a new party, man. Kinda about young, progressive thinking people. Where's my party? Don't worry, chat. I'm making my own party one day. Technokratische Fortschrittspartei Deutschland. Technocratic Party of Science and Reason. I'm gonna make that party one day. I'm gonna be green. Come on, I'm green. That's green. Oh shit, I'm a left-winger? That's why I put Volt in. I'm starting to believe in Volt, man. I'm a left-winger? Comrade! Moment of privilege, please. Jesus, what? So yeah, Twitch, don't ban me. I'm literally a liberal cunt, just like you. Well, I'm gonna vote green, man. I'm gonna vote green.